So please tell me how you are.
No, I'm well, thank you, Zara. And you look so energetic and young and excited.
Do you know what happens? The idea of speaking to you, whether in person or remotely, does this to me. So you have to take all the blame and credit.
Then I feel very happy in my heart.
Okay, fantastic. But so now tell me, how is life in the new year? Because many of us are just trying to forget what last year was about.
It's okay. I have a lot to be grateful for, and it was an enriching experience.
Fantastic. And I guess for me, this conversation is also part of why this is so special, because people who know me will know just how much I speak about your limitless generosity and how much of a well of wisdom you've been for me, as a light, as a North Star professionally, but also just as a friend who's been guiding me with courage, offering clarity, and supporting me with compassion. So this conversation is an opportunity for the world to get some flavor of why I think you're such a magical human being, and just a magnificent, magnificent person to learn from and grow with. So I'm literally, this conversation can go wherever you are comfortable going. I have some things that I'd like to speak to you about specifically. And if there's something else that you'd like to add in, please feel free to just toss it in. Yeah?
I appreciate your kind words, although I don't deserve such kind words. And I'm in your capable hands.
Oh, this is so sweet. Look what I have in my hand. I've got sticky pages everywhere because every page gave me something to think about, something to reflect on, something to interrogate myself with. But because I know a bit about your origin story, but for people who are new to the magic of Brand, how would you introduce yourself? I have the pleasure of having heard you speak a couple of times. I remember the last conversation at Gibbs, where somebody had promised themselves not to read your illustrious profile and resume. So I'm going to let you tell us how you respond to the who is Brand Pretorius.
Well, in the first instance, I'm Sizakele's friend. And it's an incredible privilege, Zar, to know you. And I want to thank you for the rich blessing of your friendship. And I want to say a special thank you for the way in which you inspire me. So, point number one, if I have to give you a CV and a reference, is that I feel very privileged to be your friend. And then the second part is less important. I grew up in a small rural town in the Free State. You haven't heard of it. The little town is called Bultfontein.
Yeah.
So my late father was the school principal in Bultfontein. So I had red hair and freckles, and I had a wonderful, wonderful upbringing. Knew nothing about business, but right from the outset, I was a car enthusiast. I just loved cars. And I knew all along that I wanted to work in the motor industry, but it wasn't an easy process. So I matriculated in in a place called Kroonstad, also in the Free State. Then studied mechanical engineering. Didn't do well at all. Changed to BCom. And I discovered my love for marketing. I did my master's degree thesis on the motor industry. I sent an extract from my thesis to Toyota and to Volkswagen and to Ford. But I was hoping all along that Toyota would respond favorably, which they did. I spent 22 years with Toyota SA. Everything kept going right. Yeah. And I had a fantastic career there. And then I decided that I wanted to learn more about the retail side of the motor industry, moved across to the McCarthy Group. All in all, I was with the McCarthy Group for 16 years. And that was a very, very special experience. We went through deep valleys, up steep mountains, because at one point in time, the group was insolvent. We had over 10,000 employees. So the challenge was to turn the group around. Through the grace of God and because of the help of some wonderful people at McCarthy's, we succeeded in doing that. And then I retired in 2011, but decided that I was going to start a third career. And I split my life into learning and teaching and serving. And it's now 10 years later, and I'm grateful to say that I'm still learning, I'm trying to teach, and I'm still serving. So when I look back, my heart is just overflowing with gratitude. I have been blessed. And I feel so privileged to be here in South Africa. And one of the many advantages of being a South African is we needn't wait a single moment to do something that is worthwhile and something that will make a difference, because the needs are everywhere. So I'm a very, very proud South African. My children are here. My grandchildren are here. And I believe that, that there is hope for a better future.
Oh my goodness. You see, even just in the telling, you have given me 10 tributaries to go to. I think that the first one, of course, always is, how do we always know what career path to follow? Because it seems like for you, and today, everybody speaks a lot about purpose, finding your purpose, living your purpose, following your purpose. From hearing you share your story, it feels and sounds like you understood very early that your passion was cars and your purpose therefore lived through an environment where you could give expression to that. Would that be your counsel to somebody who says, how do I find my purpose?
Yes, I believe it's important for every person to develop a vision of one's own future, and then to be deliberate in one's efforts to realize that vision. So it serves no purpose just to delegate that responsibility, because in the final analysis, you're responsible for your own future. And you used the word, or repeated the word I used earlier on. When you have passion for a particular career or an industry, if you are absolutely interested, deeply interested in something, then it makes it so much easier to plan your career. Then you invest willingly of your time and your energy. And because of your passion and because of your very active interest, it's not hard work at all. It's then easier to make progress and to find fulfillment. Many people doesn't or do not have a sense of purpose. They tend to leave matters to chance. And I think that it's necessary to focus and to invest and to then apply oneself to the best of one's ability.
You are so clear about people having a dream and the plan to support that dream. In my recent experience, I'm encountering a lot more young leaders who are rushing for the trappings of leadership without necessarily doing the work that is required to be a consistent, good leader. Do you think I'm being harsh in my assessment?
No, I tend to agree with you. One doesn't want to generalize, but I have also met a significant number of young people, and they tend to concentrate on their ambition rather than on their results. So my recommendation is concentrate on your results, keep your head down, do your best. And then what is of critical importance is have total clarity regarding the principles and values you stand for and believe in. And make sure that there's alignment between those principles and values and how you behave. So if you have a clear vision or a dream or passion for something, and you then go about the realization of that dream in a structured and focused manner, and if you use those timeless principles and values as your platform and work hard and do your best, then you can achieve almost anything. Take one day at a time, and this whole story of instant gratification, ignore it, because the world doesn't work like that. You have to invest a little bit of blood and a lot of sweat and some tears. There's no shortcut.